a tiny chick named Pebble. Though he was small, barely the size of a pine cone, possessed a heart fierce with courage and compassion. Pebble was well known among the Arctic creatures for his daring spirit, always skating across frozen lakes and exploring the mysterious edges of the icy cliffs. But nothing could have prepared him for the day the glaciers cried out for a hero. It began on a crystal-clear morning, the kind where the ice shimmered under the pale sunlight. Pebble was gliding happily across a frozen lake when he heard a strange, muffled sound carried by the wind. He paused, head tilted, feathers ruffling in alarm. It wasn't the growl of a snow bear or the whistle of a storm. It was softer, desperate, a baby's cry, heart pounding. Pebble followed the sound to the edge of a steep ice crevice. Peering down, he saw a sight that made his feathers stand on end. A human baby, wrapped in a glowing blue blanket, lying helplessly deep within the icy crack. The baby had been separated from a rescue helicopter during a sudden blizzard, and now lay trapped and alone in the coldest part of the world. As Pebble began to think of a way down, the ground beneath him trembled. A deafening roar shattered the silence, sending chunks of snow tumbling from the cliffs. Emerging from behind the glacier wall came the towering figure of King Kong, the legendary beast of the north. His fur was dusted with frost, and his breath steamed like smoke from a volcano. His glowing eyes scanned the glacier with primal intensity. Creatures fled at the sight of him, but not Pebble. Pebble's heart raced, but his resolve was firm. He gathered splinters of ice and shards of crystal, crafting a makeshift bridge with his beak and tiny wings. With delicate steps, he lowered himself into the crevice, the wind whipping around him. Icy daggers fell from above, but Pebble pressed forward. Reaching the baby, he gently nudged it onto his back and began the long, slippery climb out. Just as they emerged from the crevice, King Kong towered above them, his roar shaking the air. Pebble stood tall in front of the baby, wings spread wide in defiance, ready to face the fury of the glacier's king. But something unexpected happened. King Kong paused. He looked down at the tiny, defiant chick and the shivering baby. Slowly, he lowered himself to one knee and sniffed the child. His glowing eyes softened. A deep, sorrowful rumble escaped his chest. In that moment, the beast remembered. Long ago, he too had held a child his own lost to the cruel embrace of the glacier. The sight of the baby awoke something long buried in his frozen heart. Gently, with surprising tenderness, he scooped up Pebble and the child into his massive hand and cradled them both against his chest. From that day forward, King Kong was no longer a feared monster, but the protector of the Frostfang glaciers. With Pebble at his side, they watched over the land together. Creatures returned, peace restored, and the tale of the bee